And when you face yourself within, then there's a war inside from everything that you've been dealing and facing unintentionally and intentionally. So you have to face that. And for me, I could say it was a full on war. It was like, well, damn, I don't know if I'm safe with them or with myself. And
Welcome to Healing Conversations podcast.
Podcast.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Healing Conversations podcast.
Podcast.
Rich Rising.
As you know, this is our space. We come together, we talk all things healing, all things expansion, all things growth, and we bring where we are in real life time to the conversation. Because, as we always say, as we heal individually, we send that ripple out into the collective and we show them what healing and change looks like instead of preaching it. Because nobody got time to bring your book and say, this is the way. But we don't know your way, only you do. So, welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome. And we want to know what your way is doing. We want to know what your way is doing. Come into the comments, get into our inboxes. Let us know how these tips, how these conversations are impacting you, impressing you with encouragement and what you're learning. Because we do have some real people on these conversations. I know you've been watching and you've been getting some nuggets. So definitely hit us up on Instagram at Raymell Bentley and at VZ Spaces and let us know how these conversations are touching you. And today we have a wonderful guest, somebody who is pretty new into our ether, but has folded into my life in such a beautiful way and has supported me on my healing journey as I've been navigating some more physical aspects of things and getting into some more holistic self-care situations. And I'm really grateful that she decided to say yes and popped up because we don't even really know each other like that. But
right.
I love it that she just said yes and is here with us today. Today we have Nakia, aka Keys. She has a wonderful store in the Manchester, South LA area, and we're so grateful that she's here today. We're going to be having a wonderful conversation. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Queen.
I'm excited to be here, beautiful souls, Rich Rising. I am Keys. Call me Keys. If you're comfortable with Nakia, that's fine too. Yeah, as mentioned, I am located in Inglewood for over 10 years now. I finally hit a decade and I'm so grateful. I am the healer of your mouth, your womb, your lymphatic system, and your mental health. I am here to guide you on things that probably have never been introduced to you before that will change your life for so much of good. And if you are for me, I say come to see me.
Mm.
Yes, beautiful invitation. So, Raymell, you want to start us off?
Yes. Well, welcome, Keys, to Healing
Thank you.
Conversation. It's an honor and pleasure to have you on. And I'm so excited for what we're going to talk about because, as always, what we talk about each episode, it brings value to ourselves. So I'm excited for what I'm going to receive from the conversation, but
Mhm.
I'm also excited for how it will support you all as you listen in or watch in into the conversation. And today we're going to talk about the journey of choosing yourself. And this is something that I didn't relate to or resonate to or with some years back. I would say 2019. That was like when I chose me, but let me not lie. Let me not lie. Rewind that, Raymell. Flip it back and
Rewind.
reverse it. Because when I think about it, the unawareness I had in the past, I was choosing me. I just wasn't doing it consciously.
Mm,
So the conscious choice of choosing to expand is when I started in 2019. But in between that, there was a lot of journeys of choosing everyone else or letting others choose from me. which led me to feeling lost, helpless, unsecure, didn't know what was coming next or what I would do because I was so independent or dependent on someone else that I didn't know how to choose me. And choosing myself has not been easy.
Mm,
When I would lie to you if I say, oh, yes, it's just always a yes, yes, yes. But there's been no's in between. There's been self-doubt, self-questioning that I've had as I've been in that journey of choosing myself. And what I've learned, choosing yourself often means disconnecting from everyone else. Because
Yeah.
often we question, is this my choice for me, or am I doing this to still please you or
mm,
be in the same environment as you? Or feel like I am lost without you, so I'm just attached to what do you need? So it came with me releasing a lot of people and releasing a lot of things and being uncomfortable, but I wouldn't, at this point in my journey, not choose me. That's no longer an
mm.
option. And the reward, transformation,
Yes.
which supports me in reaching not the destination, but embracing the journey. Because that's where I'm learning evolution is. That's
Yes.
where purpose is. That's where the fun is, because it's the roller coaster ride that we like, ooh, this is a big dip. And you got a little, and you got this. Like, life is, but that's where you can be in joy
Yeah.
as you're experiencing the moments and you're not in fear, doubt, or worry, because then you see the moments and you're afraid to face them
Yeah.
because choosing you is not something that you know how to stand tall in. So letting someone else choose for you, saying, get off the ride, stop there,
Mm,
Mhm.
is never really something that is, for me, it wasn't sustainable because I didn't like to be or feel imprisoned and like
mm,
someone else held the keys to my life. So choosing me allowed me to take those keys back that I gave to someone else and say, hey, borrow these for a minute. And I started to open doors that I didn't even know were possible to open. And I'll end it
mm.
there.
I
Yes.
love
Ooh,
that.
yes. Did you want to tap in on that before I share some?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. The beginning of choosing, it's so scary because you feel alone as if you're in a dark with nothing around. And
Mm,
then it's like you can hear sounds. You would think you hear creatures. It's so scary when you finally say no to everybody. And then when you face yourself within, then there's a war inside from
mm,
everything that you've been dealing and facing unintentionally and intentionally. So you have to face that. And for me, I could say it was a full on war. It was like, well, damn, I don't know if I'm safe with them or with myself. So I
mm,
had
Mm,
to overcome, understanding that you got to choose a side. So clearly it didn't work outside. So I got to go inside. So
mm,
then, going inside and sitting in that dark and sitting in that solitude, it came with a lot of tears. It came with a lot of writing. It came with a lot of you really freeing yourself. You could feel energy release off of you when you do take time for solitude. And the more I allowed that to happen and surrendering, the more I was given time to be away from the things. And my life started to just transition. So much good started reflecting out of me fighting that war that was within me.
mm,
mm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you sharing, Key. Um, and just so everyone knows, we had our pre-conversation and Keys was sharing her story, which helped support the theme for today. And I'm really grateful that we're navigating this because, as always, it's for me too. And as Raymell was sharing, I remembered that I am also someone who was the key holder, but would give my keys over to someone else.
Mm.
I was very much in the mindset of I'm gonna let these people choose for me until I'm tired of them, and then I'm gonna go find some other people to choose for me. It was never really a conscious me choosing for myself. I
Mm.
was always choosing people to choose for me. And I have had to tap out of that. And like Keys was saying, it wasn't working on the outside. Handing out my keys was not working. And so I really had to go inside and figure out, how do I hold myself? How do I express myself? How do I take care of myself? And I wrote about this in my book, Days of Darkness, about moving into isolation. And something that I didn't share in the book because I felt like it was already pretty tense in and of itself, is that in 2017, when I did move out of the apartment with my ex and all of that toxic behavior and moved into a studio by myself to have this period of isolation, I was still trying to dip back in a little bit. And so I went out with one of my old friends, and he ended up sexually assaulting me.
Mm.
And it was one of those moments where I was like, yo, I am in this isolation and I don't really have anyone to talk about this with. I have to process this by myself. And I'm realizing, one, the universe is really telling me these people are not your people. Leave them alone. Leave them the fuck alone. Okay. And two, there are tools and ways to navigate these things um, without going back to the what you found comfortable at some point, but doesn't actually serve you anymore. And so that was one of those major moments where I had a shift in learning how to choose myself,
Mm.
because I really only had myself. And so I had to come to that conclusion through a really challenging experience. Like, I don't wish that on anybody, and I don't talk about it often, because honestly, I don't, I've learned to remove myself from victimhood, and I can see how I energetically brought that in to my experience. And most people are not really ready for that conversation. So I don't talk about it often. It's not a platform I stand on, but it is a major lesson that I've had to learn in my life and about
Mm.
choosing myself. And so I really appreciate that we're having this conversation today, because again, I don't talk about that often, and I'm grateful that I can have this space and healing conversations to unpack that a bit and realize that is a key moment in me learning how to choose myself. And I
Mm.
will land that there.
I wanted to ask you, Keys. I loved it when you was talking about being in that stillness, being in that just energy release of the body. And I want to ask, just to support our listeners in regards to, why is it so important for that energy release? I know, because energy is my thing. I can talk about it all day, every day, but I always love to hear others' perspectives and just understandings of, because you work a lot with the body. I know you do a lot of the pelvic movement, and even from the nourishment and nutrition you put in the body. I would just love for you to really just give a little just in depth of that energy release and the importance.
Energy is everything. We're energy. Everything we touch is energy. Any room we enter, the house is energy. You have to also know that even just by touching the house and speaking to the house hears you. So, all
Mhm.
that to say is, our fascia. Our fascia is a layer up under the skin. Our organs hold energy. Everything that we have, this whole body holds energy just from me right now talking to you guys. I'm absorbing, it's just sinking in. So, all that to say is imagine if you're going through life and say you are abused physically, mentally. Say you do that for yourself or someone else did it, or your intake is damaging you because food is energy, beautiful loves. So to release, it not only comes with solitude, it comes with the intake being changed, it comes with certain movements, it comes with a lot of darkness. Like, turn off the lights. Just
Mm,
allow your body to heal. We heal in dark and blackness. So when we go to sleep,
mm,
you're not supposed to have like no night lights or anything like that. We have to sleep in pitch black because it allows the body to release. So beautiful, loves. All that to say, as far as the releasing of energy, we got to dance, we got to shake, we got to write, and we got to pull back from people to just allow ourselves and all of this energy that I have to just come as one.
mm, mm,
Yeah, and every night I do energy releases. I speak over myself to the water in the shower as far as I release any energy that is not mine and I send it back with light. So it's all about, I never want to get back to where I'm overloaded with the world's energy. So every
Mm.
mhm,
day I do things to release, whether it's dance, whether it's water, whether it's fire, whether it's even the air. I'll even tell the air, clean me up.
mm.
Yeah, because everything is
Mm.
energy. So if you just sitting
Everything.
there soaking it up, you're gonna be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm,
Mm. I just want to touch on that real quick because you
yeah.
said just going around in the world's energy, and we aren't, a lot of us are not having some sort of daily some sort of daily cleansing,
Hmm.
morning and evening. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because as we are in our sleeping state, there
Yes.
is energy that is moving all around us while we're
Hmm.
where we're not moving. And so I also believe it's important in the morning to have some sort of cleansing ritual. And as you get back into your house, have you been out all day, cleansing your energy, because it's
Yeah.
really important, especially in this time, um, of all of the news media and the stuff in the food and the stuff in the air and the stuff in the water. Just like it's just coming from all
It's
places.
coming. We're being attacked from every angle. So,
Every
mhm,
angle,
yeah, I love
yes.
to tell people, listen, I get it. There's so many things where we're being attacked by. So we got to do our best to the things that are obviously in our face. If you could stop that right now, stop it.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can go on Amazon and order a water filter, a filter.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $29, but it's
mhm,
a lot of things. Somebody's like, oh, it's too expensive to eat fruit. I said, that's not true. I said, because I just went to the store and I showed her, I said, this was $30 of fruit. And I showed her what I had. I was like, that's a week. I said, so
Mm-hmm.
you about to go do $30 on probably a quick meal.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
For
Yeah, and I
one
mhm,
said, no,
day,
I'm for the
one
week.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah, but also that woke her up, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know why I thought fruit would be so expensive." I'm like, no, just go to the produce department and grab whatever resonates.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
a
that's
narrative that people
mhm.
are told, that it's more expensive to eat healthier,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
And that's
Now I'm
when,
saying, I'm sorry, my bad.
No,
So
no.
now
it's
I'm
okay.
saying, when people like, what do I eat? I said, the same way you go to the store and you know that meat department and you know to go get them chips, you're going to go to the produce side and just learn. The same way
Mhm.
you took that time to go see what them Doritos are, you're going to go over there and see what them apples are. Same thing. And that's working. I'm telling you, I get hundreds of DMs every day. Like, look what I'm trying today, Keys. Look what I'm trying
Mhm,
today. So that's everybody's homework. Every time you go to the store, try something new from the produce.
mhm,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta
mhm,
choose ourselves and make
Yeah.
new decisions and stop running off
Yes.
the auto repeat, because
That's it.
that's how we get got. Yes,
Yeah,
Raymell is
And
yeah,
what I got a visual as like we're talking and thank you for that breakdown of energy keys because I feel like that resonated with many and I love your simplicity of
mhm,
words because it resonates. It connects. It's everyday language people speak and it's not
yeah,
the technical of I know all this. I know what I know.
yeah,
But this is what you need to know. So let me tell you, but I wanted to highlight that. But I got this visual of the energy we carry. And
mm,
I like to do a little, a little teacher too. That's my gift. But
mm,
the energy we carry, think of it as though you're carrying these backpacks.
mm,
And then you got bags, and you're on this journey of choosing yourself. But often, what keeps people not even reaching that first step of even starting that journey, because you already started it off with a bunch of bags, and the bags is your trauma. The bags are the limited beliefs. The bags are the unprocessed emotions and feelings that you weren't given permission to do. So those bags were just already your starters. And then
yeah,
throughout your journey, you start to accumulate more bags because you're in that energy of
mhm,
unworthiness, not believing in yourself, not trusting yourself. So then you're carrying the bags that others have given you. So now when you want to start your journey of choosing yes, you feel so weighed down that you like, I don't even know if I have
yeah,
the energy to take that first step.
mm,
So I love that you brought the awareness of like releasing, and in a sense, you didn't say bags, but that's what you invited them to
yeah,
by releasing those bags. And you're not going to just do it in one setting, meaning you're just not going to just say, okay, bags be gone. And the reason
right,
being is because bringing it back to energy, there's an emotional attachment and emotions, energy that's emotion that keeps you attached to that self-doubt, that
mhm,
unworthiness,
that's true.
that lack of self-belief. And I never want to make this journey sound like it's just do it and it's done, because it's not
Right,
that.
it's not.
And the reason why it's not that is because the accumulation of bags, the attachment to the bags, the identity that we have of I'm a bag carrier, people know you as that. So
Yeah,
people come to you for that, either to drop off some more bags
mm,
or to compare who got more bags than the other. Oh,
yeah,
you got Chanel. Oh, you got those. Like comparing bags, that we've dressed them up because we
mhm,
mask ourselves.
mhm,
So many people are suffering in silence because they are afraid to say, I got bags that I don't know how to let go of. So the
yeah,
journey of saying yes to yourself means for one, you got to stop worrying about what others think about you.